tonight we're going to make a poinsettia from the Unique and the Creek line. Some of the things that you need, I'm going to show you these supplies and I'm going to tell you the secret. So you need a piece of string or whatever you want to use for your tie. I just use a piece of yarn. And these are our boards. And I've already pre-put most of our zip ties on. But on these boards, it's kind of hard to see with the zip ties on. So there are two sides to them. This is the back side. I'm trying to see where it's at. And I don't know if you can see it or not. There it is. It has their name on it. And then their uniqueinthecreek.com stamp. Plus, it is recyclable. So it has the little triangle recyclable center. That's the back of the wreath. Thank you, dear. Then on the front of the wreath, you'll see all the holes. Each one, and let's turn you this way just a tad. Each one is on a circled line, and they're numbered 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And at the top of the board are 2 holes close together, right here, and that's where we're going to put our string. But this is the new green board, and they call them green boards because they're recyclable, but they happen to kind of be the color green. So the first thing, or one of the first things you want to do before you start to put on your mesh, and like I said, this is the back, this one is the front. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm just going to stick my string through there, and I want the knot to be on the inside under the mesh. So I use a long piece of string because I never know what my fingers will allow me to do. But I just want a small hanger because I don't want it to hang above the mesh. And then I just take this part and snip it right up close to my knot. And I throw that part away, hopefully. And then the next thing you're going to do is go ahead and put your zip ties. Now we got to come back this way. Sorry, guys. I don't have a Mevo. I want it on OBS. So thank you. Yes, if you all could like and share my page, that would be fantastic. Anyway, we're going to switch to the back view, and then we'll come back. We'll pop back and forth tonight. I want to show you how to put these last 3 zip ties on. These are 6-inch zip ties. And you want to make sure that they're only 18-pound strength, because it's not as important as it used to be, because I don't have to go in the hole since we put the tie on the upper side now. But these little heads, the size of the head changes with the amount of tension they hold. Okay? So you want to make sure you get some small ones. This one doesn't feel like it's going to work, but we'll see. So we'll switch to our back cam. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down through the right side of the holes, up through the left side of the holes, and I'm just going to put this on until you feel it catch, like 2 or 3 ticks. And then I pull on it to make sure that it's not going to give away. Some of these, I've had a very hard time finding them, and some of these they don't work. These came from China. I got them through Amazon.com. I did have an affiliate link on it, which was on my page. However, the next time I went to look for them, they weren't there, so I took it off. But if I see them on there again, I will put that back up. And then if you want to go through there, that's another way I earn a little bit of change. You can go order them through Amazon, through my link. And then you'll have the same ones that I use. But that's the only place I've been able to find the smaller, less tension ones. This is what I buy. That's why I say they must be from China or Japan. But these were on Amazon. No, they're made in China. They were less than $10. I know that. So once you have your tie on and all of your zip ties, I'm going to set this aside. I'm going to come back to my front view camera. We're going to get ready to do some cutting. I've got to cut the leaves for this one. I did not put those on the other one. And I want to show you how I do that. A lot of people ask me. What I do is I use a plastic bag sealer, and I'll show you that. And then I make melt lines every 10 inches on this particular project. And then I go back and cut on the melt lines, and that helps with my fray because I'm using the foil mesh, the premium foil mesh. And the green mesh I'm using is actually from Joann's Christmas collection last year, the Maker's Holiday. That's why. Anyway, this is the emerald green from the Maker's Holiday. I actually found that I actually have one roll left. I'm waiting for our Joann's to put out this Christmas season's holidays. I ran out of red and green, and then I want to get their turquoise, which they didn't have last year when I bought it after season. So, because I am going to make myself a peacock wreath, but that's my last thing. So, like I said, we're going to do these in 10. This is 10-inch mesh with 10-inch pieces. I don't know why I put my mouse over there. And we're going to have to keep. I gotta move this camera better, so you may get a little bit of Michael's feet there, but they're kind of attractive. So my board here's 20, here's 10, and this is what they call a plastic bag sealer. Sorry guys, I'm sorry. These come in different sizes. This is a 20-inch, and I bought this one so that I could do 21-inch mesh if I want to, because that's usually what you need to not fray. 21-inch mesh, if you cut it, is horrifying. So what this does is it puts a seal on the mesh. It doesn't cut it for you, but it does put a seal on the mesh. So it's kind of labor intensive, but I seal the mesh, and that's how I did the original sunflower. And then I go back after I've sealed the mesh, and then I cut it, and then we work with it. So I saved out the 8 pieces of the green that we need to show you, because people have been asking me, how do you do it? How do you do it? So I thought, well, there you go. So basically what I do is I line this up on the 10. And this is a brand new roll, and so I'm going to make a cut. I plugged it in. This will not heat up. It only heats up. Oh, the boards are great. I love them. And I'm going to get brave, and I'm going to do a horse. I've done the trees, and I'm going to branch out after I get through this season and get all the poinsettias done. I'll branch out into the different flowers. And then the way I do this is this stays on. I've got it set as high as it'll go. It doesn't melt it, but I do it twice because usually I hand it to Michael, and Michael cuts it down the plastic line or down the melt line, because you can feel it. That didn't work very well. This is different than the other mesh that we had, so we may have to do it 3 times. Now I just pull it out so it's 10 inches, and I'm going to push, and you can tell when this light goes off, that means that piece is done. And I just lift it up. It might move it just a tad, but each time an element in here, and it seals this. So you just have to work with your different meshes. It just depends on what kind of mesh you had. This, like I said, it's not the premium. I thought it was, but it is not. All they had at Hobby Lobby was, I think, red. I don't even know if they had anything other than red when I went. Okay. So I'm going to move I do not have a Susies roller. I have a Michael's roller. And I mean that because Mike made it for me before Susies actually. I have a 3-tiered one. Or I have a 3-tiered one. She came out with her 1-tiered. Mike made me a short 3-tiered one because I have a 2x4 table. And that's all the space I have for my crafting. It's also my business space. Someday I'm going to have a big craft room like Laura's. I don't know if any of you saw her tour through her craft room, but I am so jealous. I want her to adopt me. I want to live with her. And I want to have big space, big space. I could live in her closet. It'd be bigger than what I've got right now. So they let me have this. You know, I am kind of grounded from all hot objects. I'm using, this is called a plastic bag sealer. And what's exciting about this one is instead of cutting the mesh with, say, a solder iron, it doesn't get hot. I mean, I can put my hand right on it. It's a little warm, but it doesn't get hot. This is a plastic bag sealer. I had a 10-inch one, but I really wanted it for the length of the 21 mesh. And this is like, or the 21-inch mesh. This is 20-inch long. That's about as big as you can get them. You can get them a little bigger. I couldn't afford the price. But did buy it through Amazon. I do believe it's on my affiliate links on my page. And all it does is put a melted line. It's kind of the same theory as using a solder iron or a heat tool. Hi, Pam. But it doesn't stay hot. I don't tend to burn things with it, so they let me have it. They have taken away my solder iron. They have taken away my wood burning tools because I burn things other than the mesh. So my family thinks I should not have those items around because I'm a little wild with them. I used to, when I first started, I cut everything on a ceramic tile with a solder iron. That's the only way I cut things. I never used a rotary or anything else. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we need one more, gang. And there's 8 leaves on the outside rail, and we did not put on the zip ties for those because you use a single zip tie. It's not a double hole. But, whoops. Yeah, Michael and I did this last night, and you'll see the red mesh in a minute because we'll work with it first because I'm actually going to cut this once, and then I'm going to send it over to him. He doesn't know that. He has headphones on. I'm going to send it over to him, and then he's going to cut these. He doesn't know that yet, though. So, shh. Don't tell him. He and I worked and worked and worked on trying to find the best system we were trying to move it just a hair to make the split wider and so forth. And he said, just try doing it time after time after time, you know, on here. And actually that started to work out. So as you can see, once the mesh is melted, kind of gives you you just put your scissors in here. I mean, you're still going to miss some and you're still going to get a little bit of fray, but it's nothing like if you didn't seal it at all. So I really like it. And I'm trying to learn this. I've got a gold one for 50th anniversary I'm going to do, so I want to make sure that one comes out fantastic. I did this with the poly burlap. It's a lot simpler. But it works on, this is regular, like I said, this is from Joann's Holiday Collection mesh. And then I've also used it on the red foil, and I'll show you that's the premium mesh from Hobby Lobby. You still do have to cut it by hand, but it keeps it from fraying. But some of it you do. You see here how, because the foil doesn't really melt. But sometimes it'll melt all the way through. Sometimes it does not. I have it on the highest setting. I kind of thought when I first started this, I'd heard somebody use it, so I tried it. And I've just never shown it before. But here's my piece of mesh. And it's pretty well sealed on the edges because it's a little melted. Hi! Thank you, Jane. I appreciate your liking and sharing. Now I'm going to get the attention of the man. Oh, look. I left my face. I didn't mean to do that, guys. I didn't realize you were seeing me, too. I better not roll my eyes, huh? This is called a plastic bag sealer. I got it from Amazon. It is on my affiliate links or associate links through Amazon on my page. Can you cut these? It's your turn now.
So I'm gonna cut them.
This is what he does. We're becoming more of a team. He's doing things. So this is the premium mesh, the red foil premium mesh from Hobby Lobby. We did seal this. Some of it is still going to fray some, like I said. I don't need those there right now, honey. If you want to come over here. And I'm only going to do the outer 3 rows in red. I'm not going to do the center ones, and I'm going to move you closer for that. And I know we have to readjust because I keep hitting the cord. But I thought maybe you could see better if I did this. Someone has a problem putting stuff in the way. So anyway, the fold I'm going to do, I think this is a Dean Michael fold. If Lori's on here, she can correct me if I'm wrong. But I watched her. Yeah, Lori, is this the... Well, you can watch me and then tell me if this is a Dean Michael fold. I'm going to flip this over so it curls up. And I'm noticing that this one, you know, there's some bad spots, or not bad spots, but just not good sealed spots. And we're just going to make... Fold it in half. These are 10 by 10s, by the way. And then, of course, Lamba was running off with my clothespins because I had them all on the desk. So I'm going to put that there. That's how Lori did it. Then what you do, and usually I have a bunch of these folded, but I didn't do that tonight. I don't know why. Just because that's the way I am, I guess. I want to kind of get it even. And then we're just going to scrunch it together. We're going to walk it up with our fingers, just like you're making a ruffle. And I'm just going to kind of mess with it. And I'm going to turn these sides down around the back. I don't do it the way she does it, but I do it as best I can. And sorry, guys, I got to find my tool. That one. Then we're just going to take this and we're going to slip it in towards the middle. You know, a good amount down. I'm not sure if you can see or not. And then I'm just going to take, I have to use my pullers because my grip isn't good enough. And I'm just going to pull it tight. And I'm going to push this over to the side. And then you can cut these as you go, or you can wait until you do a whole roll. And there's our first petal. And we're going to continue all around these, well, wait, sorry guys. Around these 3 circles of the zip ties I have on. And that's what's going to make our flower. Okay? Now I pulled this, I push this one up to the middle. And then after the middle, I kind of pull it towards me. And that helps give me the petal shape. And then I look to see which way that these bend in. And then I just tuck the edges under. And I don't do that like anybody else does. Unfortunately, it's a Dean Michael Cheryl fold, I guess, because I never do anything the same way as anybody else. That's why I am unique. had to fight with that last zip tie. Well, I tried 4 different ones. Now I'm not sure on this one. Every time you make one of these too, you figure out a little secret to make it better. I guess actually it's just because you practice, you know, so you get the technique down just a little better. Lori whips them right out. Boy, she's good. Lori from Unique and the Creek can really whip them out quick. I think we got all our petals on. Yay! Finally had enough zip ties that would work with us. Now, like I said, you can put petals in here and then make your center, but I do not because I have one left. So, but that's what it looks like right now. I'm going to set it to the side, and before these all roll away, I'm going to get the green, and I'm going to show you how to fold the green for the leaves. And we're going to hope we can find 8 zip ties that work. Alright, so the leaves are done in a different fashion. These are the ones I cut earlier. You're going to fold these about to meet in the center. Is this how we do them? And then you're just going to scrunch it. Goodness sakes. You're just going to scrunch it. And then you're just going to turn them like this. And I'll do that again slower because I was actually kind of doing that for me. It's been a while since I made leaves. And then, like I said, mesh stays after you hold it a while. So, and you can also manipulate it with hot glue. Speaking of which, I'm going to plug this in because we'll put the ornaments on it here in a minute. So much plastic garbage over there. So, sorry. So you bring this one in to the middle, and this one into the middle. Okay. And then we're just going to do the ruffle method, scrunching. Can you see it? Let's do this. So, here we go. Okay. So, we're going to take this to the middle and this to the middle. So you have, your mesh looks like this. And then what I'm going to do is start down here where the petals meet, and I'm going to just walk them with my fingers together. So see how they look like leaves on both sides? And I'm going to make this one definitely look better than that one. Then you're going to put them like this. And then we're going to put a clothespin on it to hold it. It's the middle, middle, scrunch, turn, clothespin. So once you get all your leaves made, to apply your leaf, you take your clothespin off, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put my zip tie through here, and I'm going to find one of my outer holes. Okay. And this is why you wouldn't want to start in the middle and work out on your petals, because look how much mesh you have to go through each time. So make sure I get this set the right way. And I'm going to go up the hole, because you only have one hole, and then you go through the middle of your mesh. You want to make sure that your cut edges are down. And you're going to just put this on the edge of your board. And then you're just going to take your zip tie. Pray it works. And then I'm going to pull it tight. And then snip off my piece of fray there. So you're still going to have fray even if you use the sealer. It's just life of deco mesh. But with the sealer, you don't have quite as much fray. So. Pull those leaves. And I did make enough to go all the way around this flower. I tell you, that boy can't stay still in the middle. We're going to find our next hole, which is right here. And you see I'm trying to hold that flower together pretty much, or the petal. This is where 8-inch ones would come in handy. Might be a little simpler. But even when I do my roses, I don't put, I used to put the petals all the way around. Now I just put them a couple, I believe, on each side. Get this petal up here on top of the board. And then I'm going to tighten it. Thank goodness these are working, or I'd be really agitated. Maybe I'll be a Grinch. Cute. Yay, I think we finally did it, guys. Jeez. All right. So, tilt you back. Ooh, there you can see me. Okay. Let's back up a little bit. Okay. So, we'll put it on the door maybe when we're done. Here it is with the petals. I might clothespin them together and let them sit overnight. But personally, I think they're looking pretty good. I just need to go and play with the mesh and kind of poof it out a little bit. Okay. The leaves don't show that much. So she's about 29 inches in this form. And so what I use, may have to get Michael over here. Like I said, I just get these from Dollar Tree. Yeah. Guess I'm gonna have to use the two. Let me get you back over here. So I have 2 glittery ones and 3 unglittery ones. Ooh, that's kind of nasty. So we're gonna put the glittery one there and the glittery one there, and then we're gonna put all the rest of them. And I just glue these on. And I'm just going to fill in the middle with gold ornaments. Alright. Like I said, I don't have Amiibo. So, but there it is. I'm sorry I can't get you any closer. Love you all. Thank you for joining. Have a great night, guys. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.